So I'm going to now form the structure of the mask by sewing the two layers together with the ties. So we're going to need to have the right sides together. So we're going to pin it like this. But first what I'm going to do is just anchor the ties into the seam. So the ties will be aligned, the edge will be aligned with the edge of the mask and about 1 centimetre down from the edge. And I'm just going to pin that in place. And then the other side top tie will go in the same position on the other side. We've bundled the ties up into the middle because we're going to sew, we don't want them in the way. So this one here, I'm going to pop a pin in to hold it in place, and then the bottom ties will go in around 1 centimetre. So the idea is that these end up at the corners of the mask once you've sewn your seam. So it's going to pin that in place. And this one too. Right, so the ties are sitting there ready to be sewn, and now I'm going to nestle the front of the mask into here, and I'm going to pin carefully around the edge. Now just to avoid the bulk, see how we've got a seam here and a seam here. We're going to have them pointing in different directions just so that we're not making an enormous lumpy seam. So we're going to match our seams and put one seam allowance on one side and the other on the other, and I'm going to start pinning. So just putting your pins in vertically, because that means that when you sew, you can just sew over the top of them. You don't need to remove them as you go. So we're just going to pin around the edge of the whole mask now, with ensuring that we've only got one pin at a time, ensuring that we're all matching our edges, that our ties are incorporated into the seam, that our edges meet. Now the trick is that we can't forget to leave a space down the bottom so we can turn the mask through, otherwise we'll be stuck with an inside out mask. So I'm just going to continue to pin, making sure that all the layers are matching up. Now I think I'll probably leave the space to turn through around the bottom here, so I'm just going to mark a pin at one end of that space and the other end, so that I know that that bit in the middle is to be left. So I'll probably start my seam here and then move right around the whole mask and finish it here, so that that little bit there is left open. And again, I'm matching my seams down the bottom, making sure that one seam is going one way and one the other. This is the fiddliest bit of the whole mask. Making sure my ties are tucked inside, because I don't want them to be caught into that seam. Remembering you've got pins on the inside as well, holding the ties down so don't stab yourself. There we go. So now we'll sew that seam. Right, so I'm going to start the seam at this pin here, nearer the middle. And again, I'm going to take quite a narrow seam, so I'm using the inside of that foot to measure my edge. And I'm just going to pop the foot down. And I'm going to just neaten that edge, and then off we go again. So I'm just easing it through carefully, and I'm going to stop at the seam just like that. Now we need to leave that seam, that space for turning through, so we're going to just go along a little way. The bigger the space, the easier it is for you to turn it through. secure the end and raise the foot and the needle, and there we go. We'll cut the threads off on the side. There we go. So our seam is now done, so it starts here, goes right around the edges and finishes here. So next job is to take all the pins out. Now also take your pins out of here if you... Right, so the next thing we do is we just make sure that all the pins are out so we don't stab ourselves, and then we start to turn it through. You can see here that our straps are secured. We've got a front, and we've got an inside, and then you can start to see the shape of the mask. So it's the bit that goes over our nose, and we have the bit that goes under our chin, and then we have our opening here. So what I'm going to do is give this a press so that it's nice and tidy and the edges are neat, and then the last job is to secure that little hole where we turned it through by sewing across the bottom of the mask. Just making sure that that little gap is, each side matches, so you have to fold in enough fabric so that you're not getting a pucker when you do stitch that. If you do want to put a nose piece in, before you sew up this gap, take a piece of pipe cleaner or whatever you like and cut it to size and pop it in here, and then you would just stitch around the edge of it to hold it in place.
Yeah.
There we go. So now we've closed our hole, so that's now secure, and we've just a little bit of top stitching, and then we have trim our threads, and we've got a completed mask.